So I'm starting to work out the details as far as the pattern piece for the casting of the T-1000 claw, and I've still got some of this laminated aluminium sheet stuff that was left over for when I built the ammo box for the minigun. And I started out by cutting out the scale pattern piece that I'd worked out, then I made up 2 of those for the outer sides of it, and because this stuff has got a plastic core to it, it was pretty easy to just super glue it together to form a box shape. And the box shape allowed me to come up with the pattern piece I needed as far as the dimensions are concerned by adding in essentially what is just the extra walls of the box. Once that was all glued into place, I wrapped the entire thing with tape, and then I filled it with a fiberglass resin so that it filled the entire surface and glued that all together as one solid part. I left the box element of it just a little bit long, so when I started cutting off the details of the broken off element, I had enough material to work with to get that crystalline sort of structure. And essentially to get that shape, I've just gone back to the original piece used in the film, and there's enough photos there that I've started to work out the contours of shape and everything else. Now, without having the original to sort of pull a cast off and do a direct copy of, I'm never going to get this 100% accurate, so I'm really just sort of doing my best guess in terms of the shape and contour as far as this sort of shape is concerned. But I've already got an idea for the finishing of this project. It's just going to be a little bit of a customer element for the overall look of the project that should more than compensate for any sort of slight variations that I've left out of it from the original. The other thing I've done as a test is I've made up a little faceted piece of aluminium. This is the same sort of material that I'm going to be using for the casting process. This is a cast piece, but I'm using a recipe that should ensure that there's no inclusions with it as far as little bubbles or anything like that in the metal. And because I'm after that sort of crystalline sort of shape, I thought it'd be worth doing a little test piece to ensure that I can get the look that I'm going for. The other thing with this is that it is slightly oversized. You can see that the taper down there is a little bit thicker than it probably needs to be, and that's to allow for any sort of shrinkage in the metal, as well as to allow for any of the overall cleanup that needs to be done in terms of the cutting back and polishing of the metal itself. So the geometry is a little bit weird as far as the shape is concerned, so I'm going to have to see how it goes in terms of getting it cast, but that's going to be the next step in the process. So that's the update for this time, guys. Thanks for watching. Talk to you next time.